Hello, this is Nerd Monster bringing you a game talk about Elder Scrolls Online. I actually have quite a bit of fun in this game, and I don't really understand why a lot of people they clash about it. Anyways, because this game's basically Skyrim just online. But getting into it, I like to stealth, so I wanted to show you a little bit of gameplay and what to kind of expect in this game. I'm a Nightblade, so a lot of my abilities rely on getting my health back. And what I'm really going to go into today is just a few different things and some of the gameplay that can happen in the game. A little bit, so you're going to see that, anyways. Uh, but what I really want to say is Elder Scrolls Online is actually a pretty good MMORPG. People just don't seem to give it a chance, and don't really understand why. It has really deep story, and you'll actually see that as I'm going to play a little bit and get in here so you can actually hear. I mean, every quest you get, it's gonna have dialogue. For instance, right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk.
Hey, squad got separated. Nistel and I found Onglorn. They hurt him. Sea vipers carved runes in his chest. I grabbed him. Nistel held them off. Hunting sea vipers. If you see her, tell her Onglorn will be alright.
You've done your part. Get back to Mistral when you can.
Alright. And as you can see, I kind of almost skipped some of that, but if you want to, you can skip around, and not really have to worry with the story if that's you. But I mean, if that's you, I highly would not suggest this game because this game is mostly what most MMOs are not. It's story driven, deep story driven, and I would say that this game has actually one of the most unique things I've seen in an MMORPG, and that's not right here. Oh, ow! I got slapped. Anyways, that's not here. Where I'm talking about is something that happens far later in the game. Elder Scrolls is known for their werewolves and their vampires. Well, they're inside this game, and I love being a vampire, of course. So later on, you can actually become a vampire in this game or a werewolf, and then you got a certain amount of days that you can do this. You can bite someone, another player character, and have the option to choose to turn them into a werewolf or a vampire if you're a werewolf or vampire, depending on which one you are. And here's another part of the story, so let's do this real quick. Examine the corpse, da 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 da. And you can read that if you want.
Nistel.
Da. But the story really connects here. Anyways, like I was saying, you can really that's something I have not seen in other MMOs, to where you could actually become a vampire and actually turn somebody else. That's something that I think is very intriguing and makes this game a lot of fun. And you can really come into your own in this game. What I mean by that is that I said Nightblade, but class really it doesn't matter in this game because it to each his own, because you can really make the character what you want, not what you're used to actually being forced to do. So you actually get to really create your character. So me, in other words, as you can tell, I'm normally kind of a stealth slash mage kind of like character, and that's what I play. That's what I like to play. Now later on, they are planning on adding something that I seen on YouTube the other night, which is very cool. It's a kind of a new spell system, so everybody's going to be able to get their own spells, like creating their spells, and somewhere along those lines. Also, they're going to be adding the Dark Brotherhood gear and stuff. I know the Dark Brotherhood did not. Dark Brotherhood and the I believe it was Thieves Guild. They didn't come out in the original game. That's because I think what happened is they ended up getting close to their deadline and they had to push the game out real fast, and that kind of messed things up for them. However, they do have a wonderful game, and I'm sorry to say, but paying $15 a month for this game, it's well worth it. And what I'm saying I'm sorry about is this is the only game that I've seen with constant updates, constant new material all the time. World of Warcraft, yeah, they have constant updates, but they've gotten lazy. I mean, there's not nearly the kind of content like they add to Elder Scrolls Online. Not to say World of Warcraft's a bad game. It's just that, you know, they've gotten cocky because they're the big MMO everywhere else, and Elder Scrolls knows that, and that's why they're actually pushing hard and actually getting that new content out to us all the time, which I love that. I love the fact that they're always bringing out new content and really trying to build upon this game. And one thing I would say to you, if you don't like Elder Scrolls because it's, you know, it's not Elder Scrolls, get over it. Seriously. Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online, okay? They are both the same game. Here, look. I'm sure every one of you, or whoever's played Skyrim, has seen the fighting from Skyrim. And this is basically the same thing with a few tweaks here and there, allowing you to actually, you know, play, you know, just like you would in Skyrim. You go around, you do the stories, and everything else like that. But it's mind-boggling that people automatically assume this game's the worst game in the world, but when in fact it actually isn't. It actually offers deep storyline. Now, this is my opinion. You can leave your comments below and bicker and gripe about it as much as you want. But this is my opinion. This is what I love. I love deep story. I love the fact that I can become a vampire. I love the fact that I can use a bow and I can use magic at the same freaking time, which has irritated the crap out of me with every other MMO that's ever come out, because you can't do that with every other MMO. This MMO, you can really be your character, not be their character. But that about does it with this game talk on Elder Scrolls Online. Love it, hate it, I don't care. I just hope there's enough people out there to keep this game going, and I hope it steadily keeps going good. And by the way, if you're gonna say something about the layoffs, don't be an idiot. Layoffs happen, okay? Especially with online MMOs. What happens is when an MMO comes out, they have hired a humongous staff to get their self off the ground and actually get themselves moving along. Well, when that happens and their game comes out and it's been out, usually within 3 months they start laying off a lot of workers that worked on the game. But the thing is it was 6 months past, then finally Elder Scrolls laid off some of the workers that actually helped build the game. They've got to keep some workers on so that they can still create that content. But, you know, those other people were basically temps. So, don't even go there with the layoff thing unless you actually understand the business model. And honestly, I see World of Warcraft staying as a subscriber base. I see Elder Scrolls Online staying as a subscriber base. I see Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn staying as a subscriber base. Why do I see these three? Because these three are probably the leaders in the industry for MMOs. Free MMOs, don't get me wrong, they are good, but they just can't be up to par with the paid, because they can't provide that content all the time because they're not being paid enough for it. I mean, yeah, they're making their money with the cash shops, but given wherever you go, it's gonna be kind of tossy-turny. I mean, there are some good free MMOs such as SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And there are some others out there that are actually pretty good. Which one of them, which I'm going to be playing, is Arc Age once it comes out on the 16th, because I could not get into the beta, the closed beta. I know the open beta just started, like they started it a few days ago, and went through that little thing, but I didn't get a chance to get in. Anyways, that about does it for this. If you liked the video, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Elder Scrolls Online. Don't forget, you can check my blog below, which has all my videos. And I'll also give you a link to find Elder Scrolls Online if you're interested in getting the game. So that's been about it with Nerd Monster. Y'all have a good one. Nerd Monster out.